Good day to all of you who are watching this video. My name is Kimberly Vu, and this is my professional development on integrating a specific technology I have in mind for the classroom. For English teachers, particularly, I want to integrate the use of Quill. It's an online tool that is there to help students improve their reading and writing skills. So, what we will go over today is what is it, why should we use it, and how can it be integrated? I will also be doing a live demonstration of the features that Quill offers and a concluding statement. So, from here, what is Quill? Well, nationwide, like I said, it is an online tool that can be used to improve the reading and writing skills that focuses on students from elementary school, starting at grade level 3, all the way till senior year, which is 12th grade. It has a multitude of resources that are based on the common standards and on pedagogical practices. Why should we use it? Well, I took a screenshot from the website itself, but this is an evidence-based writing tool. There is data provided on the website that shows how it is accommodating for a wide student body of diverse needs. It is able to assess learning based on the diagnostic activity tools that is available. It is especially good for helping to narrow the academic gaps for any student that is in ELL, and it can also provide and challenge students who are pre-AP or AP. It provides basic fundamental literacy skills to practice upon, such as capitalization, comma usage, adverbs and adjectives, making compound sentences, article words, anything technical. These are the writing skills that can be provided as mini lessons or activities that can enrich the student to build up more on what they lack. And it saves time. It has basically a library archive of multiple activities that are provided for different categories. You could even hold a whole lesson based on mini lesson, guided practice, independent practice, and many more. You could fill up a whole classroom day using this. And because it's an online software tool, it's available at any device, not just the devices that are assigned to students, but on any piece of technology, even on personal devices that are outside the school building or at any other institution or facility that provides technology to log in and use it. Best yet, for teachers or even administrators, by making accounts, you can also keep track of the ELA department, teachers, and any other related teams so that you can gather all of the data necessary for assessment and for constructive feedback and to plan out for the future. I'm actually going to take everybody to the website that here. You can choose to follow along on your own devices. So, how does Quill grade activities? This one is an example page of what I have. Like I said, data reports are often offered based on the group of kids that you have into different classes. And also this is also able to be converted towards Google Classroom as well, or you can link or provide these activities in Schoology. Quill actually focuses on mastery-based grading. What it does is students will be graded on green, which means they're able to frequently demonstrate this specific skill, sometimes demonstrated, which is in the yellow, rarely demonstrated, which is in the red, or based off of completion. It might be possible that students will get one of the three colors here and then blue for a completed activity. What I personally like about Quill is that it's based off of repetition. I am personally advocating for repetition because the more a student practices and gets hands-on experience, the more it possibly improves the chances of them being able to recall and practice that skill. Consistency is very important after all. So whenever you need to, you can always refer back to here as to how it is graded. The different data reports that are here is a summary, an analysis, diagnostics, which is what you can always do on the first day, first week, or even the first month before implementing this online software tool. Of course, you can always upgrade to premium for activity scores, concept standards, and a data export, but for the most part, you can honestly do a lot with just a free account for all the educators out there. Now, if I go out of here, this is an example of their diagnostic activity. You will see that at the toolbar up here, you'll have a bunch of learning tools, and you can click on any of these to show or demonstrate what is that you want to do for your students. And it tells you what each tool is for. You can also explore a curriculum right here. There's a teacher resources right over here, and you can get to know more about the online software tool right here. But back to the diagnostic tool, let's say I begin here. It will tell you this is what each section is going to challenge the students on assessing. You basically type in the sentence here. They want you to rewrite the sentence and correct each bold word. Do not add any new words. So for example, I would probably say, Uncle Tucker's new hobby is knitting sweaters for sick dogs. When you click submit, so you keep going, and then eventually, it will give you the results, and then it will also provide feedback based on what you do correctly or suggestions for further improvement. It'll be individualized per student depending on what they struggle with or what they already may excel in. At the Teacher Center, these are all of the best practices for the classroom. These are a bunch of different articles related to Quill and how it can best be used. As you can see, it already demonstrates representing diversity and equity. This is an article on best practices for supporting ELL students. These are for students with IEPs. This is for setting up routines. It's also good for homeschooling if students need to be homeschooled from time to time. This is for thesis statements, which is very important for standardized essay writing, extended responses. Even for limited access to computers, there is something for every student, and there's something for all of us. There are even video tutorials, which is also just as crucial, so that you can demonstrate to students and have things get set up as well, even before students come into the classroom. There are plenty of other features, but for the sake of time, you can obviously choose to navigate it on your own and you will find it. You might have already seen, but Quill covers science and social studies activities, which is interdisciplinary for across disciplines so that the learning is more real-life scenario-based and more meaningful. And when you go onto the page itself, if you look at the list of common standards that are provided on Quill as well, then it'll have an activity linked for that specific standard. So it's easier to find instead of just browsing and taking a while to find what you need. When you go onto the different categories here, there's whole class instruction for diagnostics, differentiated for content and skill, and it also provides proofreading, which is very crucial to help students practice revising and editing. Other features right here, like I already stated before, teachers, students, and administrators can use Quill altogether. It will always keep track of the number of sentences written and the total learning hours. So this will help balance out how much time students get practicing their writing on Quill, which then they can apply to the classroom for any other related assignments. It's compatible with Google Classroom, Canvas, and especially I'm sure that there's a way to convert it to Schoology as well. So, the concluding statement. We know that nowadays in recent education, students do not receive enough writing instruction. They're not proficient in basic writing, so every school year, students and teachers are always cramming to master the formulaic way of writing essays or constructing sentences. But it doesn't really have any meaningful takeaway for the students in the future. So, learning to combine sentences improves quality and complexity, which Quill is more than willing to have multiple activities offered for them to understand its impact. Once they get the consistency after a few weeks, they'll have retained skills the more that we practice upon this. As of right now, according to this image right here, which you can see on the website, nationwide, this tool has been able to impact close to 11 million students. There are 41,000 public schools, 26,000 of them are low income. It has benefited 211,000 teachers, and 2,500,000,000 sentences are written. We can add more onto this, and we want to become one of the next dots in the state of Texas. Let's go ahead and improve literacy however we can so that the English classroom can benefit the rest of our classrooms. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to come talk to me. Thank you very much, and I hope that Quill becomes an essential tool to you.